Hi guys, I was up on the terrace the other day, busy drying clothes, and I noticed that someone had put papads to dry out. I thought we only put clothes to dry out. When I asked my mum what the papads were doing on the terrace, she said they were sunbathing. Well, she had put them out to dry in the sun. Food drying is one of the oldest methods of preserving food. Drying basically dehydrates or removes the moisture from the food, and this simple action stops bacteria from growing on the food. Thus, the food doesn't spoil easily. Drying is an effective food preservation technique. Well, drying is not the only method of preserving food. There are many other methods too. One very common method of preserving food is by storing it in the refrigerator. The germs that cause spoilage can't survive in the cool temperatures of the freezer, and the food remains fresh for long periods of time. We can also preserve foods like fish and meat by salting them. Fish and meat contain microorganisms that can spoil the food. When we add salt, the salt absorbs water from the microorganisms, causing them to die. We can also dry the food after salting so that it is preserved for a longer time. Some food items are canned in salt solution. This solution is called brine. Storing fish and certain vegetables in brine also helps preserve the food. Food items like jam are preserved by adding concentrated sugar to them. Food can also be preserved through the process of canning, which involves storing food in airtight cans. This prevents bacteria and other organisms from entering the food and keeps it safe. Besides these, we can also use oil or vinegar to store foods like pickles. The layer of oil acts like a barrier that prevents air and water from entering the pickle. Microorganisms cannot survive without air and water, and thus the food will not get spoiled. That's a whole lot of ways to preserve food, isn't it? Now I'm off to collect my dry clothes and dried papad from the terrace. See you next time.